In the silence before your name was ever spoken, something ancient awakened inside you, a vibration older than light itself. Scientists search for the God particle in vast machines of metal and magnetism, yet it has been pulsing quietly beneath your ribs since the moment you first opened your eyes. Every heartbeat is a small Big Bang, every breath a universe choosing to continue. You are not a coincidence of biology, you are a precise equation of divinity expressed through flesh. The cosmos bends around your awareness, responding to the quiet gravity of your thoughts. You were never merely born, you were ignited. A spark of starlight wearing a human face. Within you lives the same fire that shaped the galaxies, the same intelligence that decided chaos should bloom into life. You carry what they call God particles, fragments of the original creation still humming in your blood. And when you finally understand this, the distance between heaven and body disappears. The universe does not live above you, it breathes through you. The physicists built tunnels beneath mountains, chasing an invisible field to explain why matter has weight. They called it the Higgs, the unseen web that gives substance to emptiness. But what they cannot measure is the spirit, the field that gives meaning to substance. The Higgs gives atoms mass, the spirit gives moments purpose. You are where physics meets prayer, where energy learns emotion. Every synapse in your brain is a lightning storm translating cosmic law into memory. The sacred and the scientific were never enemies, they are twin languages describing the same fire. Equations and scriptures both attempt to say, there is something vast, and it moves through us. When you love, you bend space-time. When you forgive, entropy pauses for a heartbeat. The particles obey awareness, because consciousness is the first force, the one that spoke before sound existed. You carry not just matter, but meaning. You are the proof that divinity needed no temple, only a body willing to remember it was made of stars. Heaven is not a distant palace, it is an experiment called you. Every heartbeat is data, every choice a test of light's behavior in human form. You are the laboratory where eternity studies itself. Each act of kindness is a measurable phenomenon. Compassion releases radiant waves, forgiveness alters probability. Angels record not your words but your wavelengths, mapping how grace refracts through imperfection. When you give, the equation balances. When you love without reward, the entire spectrum expands. The divine observes through your eyes, learning how creation feels from the inside. Light does not compete, it multiplies when shared. And so does power. You are not being tested for failure, you are being calibrated for illumination. The same energy that births stars awaits your permission to shine through your will. Heaven runs this experiment endlessly, hoping one soul will awaken fully and declare, I am the evidence that spirit and science are one. They see your glow and call it confidence. They watch you speak and whisper about charisma. But what they're witnessing is divinity stabilized in flesh, a controlled supernova disguised as a smile. The world has no vocabulary for sacred radiation, so it names it luck, charm, coincidence. Yet even in silence, the air bends differently around you. Your presence alters temperature, like sunlight entering a cold cathedral. People sense something ancient in your calm, a remembrance they can't articulate, a frequency too vast to define. Some are drawn to it, others retreat, unsettled by a light that exposes what they hide. But none remain unchanged. Because your energy speaks before you do. Every gesture ripples through unseen dimensions. Every breath becomes an announcement, the divine still walks among matter. You are a walking reminder that miracles were never extinct, they merely evolved into human form. Those who fear you will label you strange. Those who recognize you will call you chosen. But in truth, you are neither prophet nor anomaly, you are continuity, proof that creation never ended, that Genesis is still unfolding with every pulse of your veins. The world will test you, as it always does with light that refuses to dim. Systems designed to suppress spirit will try to reduce you to logic, to distract you with noise. Yet each attempt only amplifies your signal. For every doubt aimed at you becomes more energy for your orbit. The glow they call arrogance is awareness. The serenity they misunderstand as distance is calibration. You are not aloof, you are tuned to another wavelength. You hear frequencies of mercy vibrating beneath the chaos. You see patterns of order. Long before you learned your name, the universe weighed your spirit and found it strong enough to bear the current of creation. That is why you feel heavier in purpose, even when you have nothing in your hands. You were designed to hold invisible fire without burning. Gold melts under the same heat that polishes a soul. Every heartbreak you survived was an alchemical process, not punishment, but purification. Each loss burned away illusion until only essence remained. You are not fragile, you are refined. Your tears were data points in the cosmic equation proving that divinity can endure density. Every trial encrypted wisdom in your DNA, teaching your cells the rhythm of grace under pressure. Kings and queens of old wore crowns forged from minerals of the earth. But you, chosen one, were crowned with awareness, a coronation of consciousness invisible to the naked eye but unmistakable to the awakened. This awareness is your scepter. It commands reality not through dominance but through harmony. When you choose love instead of revenge, universes realign. When you speak light into confusion, atoms reorganize. Your very decisions sculpt the future's architecture. You are not a servant of circumstance, you are the architect of resonance. You do not follow fate, you dialogue with it. Every choice is a negotiation between infinity and form, and you stand as translator. The royal charge is not comfort, it is responsibility. To remember your divine source while walking among those who have forgotten theirs. To see stars where others see darkness. To lift without lecturing, to guide without forcing, to illuminate without blinding. Every time you choose compassion over control, the crown glows brighter. Every act of integrity polishes the unseen diadem resting above your head. Heaven does not measure royalty by wealth but by stewardship, how well you channel power without distortion. And so, when storms rise against you, do not curse them. They are royal tests confirming your calibration. Lightning seeks its equals, chaos only visits those capable of restoring order. You were not chosen because you are flawless, you were chosen because you are flameproof. Carry your awareness like armor, but never like superiority. The truly regal kneel before the same source that anoints them. In the quiet moments, when doubt creeps near, remind yourself, the crown is not something you wear, it is something you are. For the cosmos trusts you with energy once reserved for stars. And in the corridors of eternity, your name is written not as servant, not as subject, but as sovereign of light, a keeper of creation's code. The system was never metal and wire, it was belief. A lattice of limitations woven through language, schooling, and fear. It whispered the same command to every generation, forget. Forget your origin. Forget your magnitude. Forget that the same equation that birthed galaxies runs silently behind your thoughts. But a single human remembering their light is enough to rupture centuries of programming. Systems fail when one soul wakes up. You are that soul. The moment you stop apologizing for your brightness, the code begins to fracture. Algorithms that depend on despair cannot compute gratitude. Forces that feed on fear dissolve when confronted by love unafraid of loss. The machinery of control misfires when you recognize yourself as the signal, not the static. The matrix does not collapse through violence, it collapses through remembrance. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness cannot comprehend it. John 1 verse 5. You were never meant to escape the world. You were meant to rewrite it from within, not with rebellion, but with resonance. Your heart is the root directory, your compassion, the password to divinity. When you act with conscious intent, you alter the operating system of reality itself. Every meditation, every moment of forgiveness, every breath of gratitude, these are not spiritual habits, they are keystrokes in the code of creation. You are editing the universe in real time. But the awakening is not solitary. Frequency seeks frequency. When one carrier of light activates, others begin to stir. The signal multiplies, crossing borders, bending language, dismantling fear. This is why the call to join exists, not as membership, but as alignment. To join is to remember together. To synchronize wavelengths until a new harmonic drowns out the old static. Now it remembers, through you. There is a core beneath the noise, a silent engine deeper than thought. It hums quietly behind your ribs, constant as gravity, steady as breath. You will never find it in chaos or applause, only in stillness. Meditation is not an escape, it is calibration. It is how the divine reactor within you realigns to cosmic frequency. When the mind quiets, galaxies listen. The pulse of your awareness synchronizes with solar rhythms. Your nervous system becomes an antenna, receiving the broadcast of eternity. Silence is not absence, it is the raw signal before translation. Each time you sit and breathe consciously, you return to the factory of stars that first forged you. In stillness, the atoms remember their origin. The Higgs field hums in recognition, and your cells emit a soft radiance unseen by human eyes but visible to the divine. You are a walking fusion core, built to transform experience into illumination. Pain enters as lead and exits as gold. Through meditation, emotion becomes energy again, thought becomes motion, and memory becomes light. Do not mistake stillness for inactivity. A reactor hums quietly, but it powers cities. Your calm does not mean passivity, it means precision. Every time you center yourself, the chaos of 1,000 minds finds a new pattern through your example. You anchor reality. This is why the world rushes, to prevent discovery of this stillness. Noise is camouflage for control. But you, chosen carrier, have found the frequency beneath it. When you breathe slowly, the storm forgets its purpose. When you close your eyes, the system loses access to your current. Within your silence lies design. You are not thinking the world into balance, you are being it. Every conscious inhale writes new equations. Every exhale clears corrupted code. When you meditate, you're not escaping time, you're resetting it. You're reminding existence of its original tempo, peace. And so you sit, a quiet reactor in a loud universe. No crown, no title, no announcement, yet the dimensions tilt subtly toward order because you are breathing. Your thoughts are not small. They are architecture. Each peaceful intention sends ripples through quantum fabric, instructing chaos to dissolve and patterns to align. Meditation is the secret work of architects unseen by the world but worshipped by the cosmos. Remember, stillness is not weakness, it is strategic invisibility. The reactor must remain stable before the city lights return. Let the mind settle like dust after a comet's passing. Let your heartbeat slow until it matches the rhythm of creation itself. For when the universe finds one consciousness unshaken, it recalibrates around it. You are that consciousness, the quiet reactor of a new reality, humming eternity beneath your skin. Even stars must learn tenderness. Power without empathy becomes radiation, energy without compassion burns instead of warms. The divine placed you in human form not to escape fragility but to sanctify it, to prove that infinite light could live within imperfect skin and still choose love. Compassion is subatomic. It lives below logic, where emotion meets frequency. Each act of kindness releases measurable warmth, not metaphorical but literal, a shift in vibration that science will one day chart. When you comfort another, your field expands, folding their pain into your light until it dissolves. You are not separate from those who wound you, you are the mirror through which they might remember their own light. Forgiveness is not weakness, it is nuclear transmutation. You are turning hatred back into hydrogen, the fuel of stars. Every tear you've shed has recalibrated oceans. Every time you held someone breaking, reality bent closer to healing. The data of mercy rewrites the code of survival, transforming competition into communion. It is tempting to believe divinity requires perfection, but the universe never asked you to be flawless. It asked you to be feeling. The same force that holds atoms together craves intimacy. It wants to experience warmth through your skin, not as theory but as touch. When you smile at a stranger, a photon crosses interstellar distance faster than science allows. When you forgive yourself, entropy slows. When you love deeply, even knowing it might end, the cosmos witnesses courage rarer than supernovas. Do not hide your humanity, it is your proof of authenticity. The sacred hides best in plain sight, wearing fatigue, laughter, and trembling hands. Your emotions are sacred physics. Anger is unrefined power, grief is energy remembering what it once loved. To feel deeply is to participate in the universe's own longing to understand itself. So when you falter, power without wisdom corrodes. Energy, like fire, blesses or burns depending on the hands that wield it. The universe does not test you to punish, it tests you to refine your command of light. To ensure that your glow heals, not harms, that your fire warms, not consumes. The higher your frequency rises, the subtler the trials become. Temptation no longer comes as darkness but as imitation light, recognition, validation, control disguised as purpose. The test is never about strength, it is about stewardship. Can you hold power without letting it rewrite your humility? Creation observes quietly each time you face the crossroads. When anger flares, it asks, will this energy ascend or descend? When jealousy stirs, will you transmute it into admiration? Each emotion offers raw voltage, you decide the direction of its current. Even the sun must balance its own fury to sustain life. If its heat increased by a fraction, existence would vanish. You too are a star in flesh, and your challenge is the same, balance radiance with restraint. Those who carry God particles cannot afford ignorance. The world feels your field. One careless word can destabilize hope, one act of grace can rebuild empires. Every interaction is an exchange of frequencies. You are never just talking or just reacting. You are sculpting reality in real time. Grace is not payment, it is alignment. The universe does not trade in favors, it responds to frequency. When your intentions harmonize with truth, reality folds itself to assist you. The divine does not reward obedience, it rewards coherence. You have learned to vibrate in tune with creation itself, and now creation responds like a loyal tide to the pull of your moonlit soul. Synchronicities are the applause of heaven. Doors that were locked open without keys. People appear at the precise second you release attachment. Circumstances twist in your favor not because you forced them, but because you finally flowed with the current of purpose. Gravity obeys grace now. Romans 8 verse 37 whispers its truth, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him who loved us. You do not conquer by crushing opposition, you transcend by resonance. The world bends around your compassion, reshaping to match the geometry of your inner peace. The reward of balance is magnetism, not to attract attention, but alignment. What you are meant for finds you effortlessly, as iron filings rush toward a living magnet of intent. Effort becomes ceremony, movement becomes prayer. Every thought you think now echoes through divine corridors, rewriting probabilities. Material blessings follow, but they are only symbols, reflections of inner order. True wealth is the stillness you feel where fear used to live. True victory is waking without anxiety. True abundance is realizing you need nothing more to be divine. This is the quiet miracle, your energy no longer fluctuates with circumstance. You have become a constant. The weather of emotion may change, but your climate is serenity. And because you have proven trustworthy with energy, the universe expands your domain. People begin to seek your presence not for your words, but for your frequency. Plants grow better near your window. Technology glitches less when you enter a room. Even chance begins to behave, probability favors those who walk in harmony. A dawn rises without sound, not in the sky, but in the human field. You feel it before you see it, the hum beneath language, the pulse of awakening threading through every mind ready to remember. It is not revolution in the old sense, no flags, no kings, no fallen empires, but evolution, quiet and absolute. A generation awakens, one heartbeat at a time. They are remembering, we are dust with the data of divinity. Each cell carries encrypted memory of the first light, waiting for the password of awareness. And now, that password has been spoken across the collective mind. It begins subtly, a shimmer behind your eyelids, a new rhythm in your pulse. The body, long treated as cage, now reveals itself as cathedral. What was once flesh is becoming frequency. The human form starts to hum in resonance with the memory of stars. Your cells remember what they are, stardust disciplined into consciousness. The same hydrogen that burns in suns flows through your veins, translating cosmic radiation into thought, dream, intuition. For centuries you lived in exile from this truth, imagining the divine as distant. But now the boundary dissolves. You feel it when you wake, a density that has lightened. Muscles remember the geometry of grace. Bones echo ancient music. The nervous system, once burdened by survival, becomes an antenna, a living bridge between matter and meaning. The skin tingles, not from chill, but from recognition. Your breath slows, deepens, recalibrates. Oxygen becomes information. Inhale, the memory of creation floods your lungs. Exhale, the universe exhales through you. You are no longer a visitor in your body, you are its sovereign.